Yo, Algebra just had a request to take a look at 1, 2, and 3 from, this is the sine worksheet on our review from yesterday. And we're using the graph now instead of a unit circle to find the value of sine theta for each value of theta. So pi, remember this is our theta axis going along this x-axis. So we find out where pi is. Pi is located right here. And that means pi is my theta value. Then I go to my y-axis. I look, where does that match up on my y-axis? That would be 0. And that'll also be consistent on the unit circle. This position is the way left side of the unit circle, right on the x-axis of the unit circle. Now when we get to 2 radians and 4 radians, we have to kind of think of pi a little differently. Pi is 3.14 roughly. Pi over 2 is 1.57. That's just taking 3.14, dividing it by 2. And then 3 pi over 2 is 4.71. And 2 pi, which would be right here, is 6.28. So if you want to convert your pi radians to the actual numbers of radians, you can just multiply out that pi, and it's okay, just use 3.14 to do that. So we have to find 2 radians. Well, if this is 1.7 right here, this is 3.14 right here, we're just going to kind of estimate about where would 2 radians be. Well, it's going to be a little bit closer to 1.57, so somewhere up in here, because 3.14 is 1.14 away, 1.57 is only 0.43 away. So 2 radians probably right in here. And then I would look, okay, where does that match up on my y-axis? Yeah, I'm going to say that's about 0.7. And remember, you're just estimating. 3.14 is right here. 4.71 is right here. There's 3.14. So 4 radians is going to be just a shade closer to 4.71 than it is to 3.84. So roughly right in there. And we'll scroll back to the y-axis, kind of see where does it cross. And it's at negative 0.8. And again, your interpretation might be a little different. It's just an estimation. You can check to see how close you are. You could make sure your calculator is in radian mode. You could do the sine of 2, sine of 4, and see how close you got. Hopefully that helps. Keep the requests coming. If you need help with any of your other questions, have a great Friday.